section 7.4 is on singularity functions. Really short section, and only really one that we need to use right now for circuits 1. So the other name for these are switching functions. So they're functions that are discontinuous or have a discontinuous derivative. And the main one we're going to use is the unit step. And the reason we use this is it makes it a little bit easier to draw circuits because we can use the unit step function instead of having to draw a switch, because switches can get a little messy within our circuits. So the unit step function, and you may have seen this before in a math class, u of t is either equal to 0 or 1. It's 0 for t less than 0, and 1 for t greater than 0. So it looks like this. Here's time t, here's our function u of t, it's 0, and then it goes to 1. We can shift that if we want with some, by time t0, if we use u of t minus t0. That gives me this, still at 1. So u of t minus t0, I'll draw it backwards here if I can, is equal to 0 or 1, same thing, but 0 for t less than t0, and 1 for t greater than t0. If we don't want 1, if we want 5, then we can write 5u of t. So 5u of t, again, gives us the same function, except now we peak out at 5. So that is the unit step. It allows us to do something like this. So if I have 5 volts and a switch and some stuff, I don't care what it is, and I say, let's see, the switch closes at time t equal 0. So when t is less than 0, that switch is open. I can write this stuff like this instead. 5 u of t volts. So when t is less than 0, the switch is open. When t is less than 0, u of t is 0, which means this whole thing is 0. It's like an open switch. And closes at time t equals 0. Now the 5 volts is connected. At time t equals 0, this becomes 5. Now the 5 volts is connected. So we're going to use those in the next couple sections. Also within section 7.4 is the unit ramp and the unit impulse. I'm going to let you take a look at those in the chapter because, again, we're not going to use them a whole lot. So just briefly read those, and we will move on to section 7.5.